In the frozen peaks of the Siberian wilderness, a lioness stood over a dying tiger cub, her massive paw hovering between mercy and murder. This is the true story of how a mother's instinct shattered every law of nature we thought we understood. Most people believe predators only care about their own bloodline, that maternal love has boundaries drawn by species, by survival, by ancient rivalries written into DNA itself. We've been told that a lion would sooner kill a tiger than raise one. That's what the textbooks say. That's what every wildlife expert would tell you. But what happened on that mountain proved all of them catastrophically wrong. The lioness, we'll call her Nala, had lost her entire litter to the brutal winter just 3 days earlier. Her body still ached with milk meant for cubs that would never drink it. Her den echoed with silence that drove her half mad with grief. She hadn't eaten in a week, hadn't slept, just paced the rocky terrain, searching for something she knew was gone forever. Then she heard it, a sound that shouldn't exist in her territory. The desperate mewling of a tiger cub, barely 2 weeks old, abandoned beside its mother's frozen corpse. Here's where it gets interesting. Every instinct should have told Nala to walk away, or worse, to eliminate a future rival. Tigers and lions don't coexist. They compete for the same prey, the same territory, the same survival. In zoos, they're kept separated. In the wild, they avoid each other at all costs. This cub represented everything that threatened her existence. She circled the tiny creature for 20 minutes. The cub's stripes were barely visible through its thin fur. Its eyes weren't even open yet. It was shivering so violently it could barely cry anymore. And then Nala did something that defies explanation. She picked up the tiger cub by its scruff and carried it back to her den. The first 48 hours were pure chaos. The cub, we'll call him Raj, didn't smell right, didn't sound right. His mewling had a different pitch than lion cubs, a different rhythm. He was slightly larger, his paws already showing the promise of a predator that would one day dwarf even Nala herself. She should have rejected him. Her body should have known this wasn't her species. But grief does strange things to a mother. Or maybe it was something deeper, something we don't have words for yet. Now here's the part that shocked even the researchers who eventually documented this phenomenon. Nala didn't just tolerate Raj, she protected him with the same ferocity she would have shown her own biological cubs. When a male lion wandered too close to her den, she fought him off with such violence that he never returned. When food was scarce, she gave Raj the best portions, eating only after he was full. But raising a tiger came with complications nobody could have predicted. Raj grew at an alarming rate. By 3 months, he was already larger than lion cubs his age. His play-fighting instincts were different, more aggressive, more solitary. Lions are social. Tigers are lone hunters. These differences should have created an unbridgeable gap between them. Instead, something remarkable happened. Nala began to adapt. She taught Raj to hunt the way tigers hunt, stalking through underbrush rather than coordinating pride attacks. She seemed to understand, on some primal level, that this cub needed different lessons than the ones her instincts wanted to teach. And Raj? He learned to communicate with his adoptive mother through a hybrid language of rumbles and chuffs that belonged to neither species. They created their own dialect, their own rules. The real test came when Raj reached 6 months old, big enough to be seen as a threat by other predators, big enough that Nala's protection meant putting herself in genuine danger. A pack of wolves tracked them for 3 days, seeing an opportunity to take down what they thought was a weakened lioness with a strange prey. The attack came at dawn, 7 wolves against 1 lioness and half-grown tiger cub. Nala fought like a creature possessed, but she was outnumbered. She was tiring. Blood matted her golden fur. The wolves were circling for the kill. That's when Raj made his choice. He could have run, should have run. Instead, this 6-month-old tiger cub threw himself into the fight beside his mother. His roar, still high-pitched but carrying the promise of the apex predator he would become, echoed through the mountains. Together, they fought with a synchronicity that shouldn't have been possible. Lion and tiger moving as one, protecting each other with absolute trust. The wolves retreated. They'd never seen anything like it. Neither had anyone else. Researchers who later observed Nala and Raj documented 12 more months of their life together before Raj naturally began to establish his own territory, the way all male tigers do. But here's the beautiful part. Even as an adult, even with his own hunting grounds, Raj would return to the mountain, would find Nala, would sit with her, two apex predators from rival species grooming each other in the fading light. Nala taught us that maternal love isn't about biology, it's about choice, about a moment when grief and compassion collide and create something that breaks every rule we thought was unbreakable. She chose to see past species, past survival instinct, past everything that should have made her turn away from that dying tiger cub. And in doing so, she proved that nature is far more complex, far more beautiful, and far more capable of love than we ever imagined. If this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible true stories from the animal kingdom that'll change how you see the natural world.